Did anybody at this table, we're going to shift gears a little bit. Did anybody at this table go through a heartbreak in high school where their heart got broken?
I think in a part we all have, like,
You've all had
in different ways.
Yeah.
So, because I think it's important that, like, one thing I noticed in high school is a lot of people do get their heart broken, right? Because they experience that first love and it either works out or it doesn't for them, right? And when you're young, it's really hard to process a lot of those emotions, right? So, does anybody have advice? Because really what I'm looking at is the next group of people coming into high school, like Alyssa's group. Yeah. What can they learn from the people that have already lived it, right? So any advice that you guys can give to someone in the 8th grade that's about to go into high school and then they may find that first love and they may get their heart broken, how do they pick themselves up from that heartbreak and move on?
I think personally, I don't think I've gone through a real heartbreak yet, but I think I've lived by what is meant to be will be. So if you break up with that guy, it's probably for a reason. It's probably for the right reason. Even if it doesn't feel like it at the time, even if it doesn't feel like it for a year, I think it's meant to happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're not meant to be with them in the future. Something like that. I think, and you can apply that to so many different things. You can apply that to relationships. You can apply that to classes, friendships.
Like
Friendships
is
for
real.
sure. Everybody's gone
That's-
through
that's
that
what
at
I
some
said.
point,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
One day you're in the group, the next day you're out of the group, and sometimes we manifest these feelings in ourselves.
Yeah.
We just feel like we're on the out of the group and we're not. They're not even talking about it, but it might just be our perception of that, right? So what I always think is like, let's just keep neutral and have a level head when we're thinking about these things, right? And you get home, and I remember I would get home and say, oh, wow, my friends don't seem to want me at this thing today. And really, it's not that they didn't want me there, just I wasn't there when they made the plans, right?
Yeah.
And that happens, right? So I think that's great advice, Katie. Really good. And then, what about girls coming into high school that are struggling with self-confidence? What can you say to them to help them build their confidence as they get into these are the toughest 4 years in a lot of people's lives, right?
Well, I have something to say for the last thing.
Okay, go ahead. Start there, Mo.
Well, I was just gonna say that through high school, like there are gonna be times where you get heartbroken, and there are gonna be times where a guy or a girl does something, whatever. But I also believe that the saying that it's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all, because you can't really think of it as a loss. You should think of it as more of a lesson, because you learn no matter how many people come and go in high school. I've learned the most I've learned in these 4 years at high school than I have in at all in my however many years of elementary school.
I think you learn from your losses.
You totally do. So if it's really upsetting you, just take a step back and try to learn something from it at least, because you can't control that it happened.
It's better to not regret something.
Yeah.
So there's one of the best country songs of all time called "The Dance," Garth Brooks. A little bit before you guys, and Garth, you don't realize that you've lost an entire generation of people for your music because you will not distribute it online. That's a crime, because he's by the way, the top selling country artist of all time is Garth Brooks. And Luke Combs, my boy, he became in second place to Garth Brooks. That's how well Luke Combs has done. He's now the second largest selling artist of all time. So, but Garth Brooks has a song called "The Dance," and I've always tried to live my life by the dance, and it's exactly what you're talking about, Malls, which is, it's better to have loved than lost than to have never loved at all, right? So, I mean, if anybody can get The Dance, but Garth, let us buy The Dance on Spotify. Come on. Get with the times, brother. Shifting into
The confidence?
the self-confidence. How can we help girls coming in with that?
I've seen myself, and I feel like all of us struggle with not even how you look, but how you feel some days. It actually goes up and down like crazy. You could look the same one day and be like, what happened, But I think, I don't know, surround yourself with people who make you feel confident, no matter what you're wearing, no matter what you look like, no matter how you smell or whatever. Just surround yourself with people who don't care, and make people that
People who are gonna
build
bring
you up
rather than bring you down.
people that bring you up when you need it, and then you bring them up as well when they need it.
And I think
I
that
love
starts
that.
with not being fake to yourself, not trying to
Knowing who you are.
not trying to put a perception that I'm in with the popular girls, or I'm in with this kind of group. Don't put yourself in a group where you don't need
because
to be.
honestly, who are the popular girls?
Exactly.
What is the
That's
popular
not
girl?
real. That's not a
Yeah,
thing.
That's not
and
real.
I love that you just said that, Mads, because I lived a lot of my life in regret now that I look back, because I thought when I was in high school, my group was the popular group. We were the best. We were awesome. And then now that I'm 50 and still living in the same city and running into a lot of people that, you know, I met in high school and stuff, like I look back and go, oh yeah, we didn't think that person was popular in high school. Look how good they're doing right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at how amazing they are. And I think like it's important to look back and say, or look forward for the younger kids and say, you know, we're not going to classify people on popularity here.
No.
You know, like they're still people.